Hey guys, I'm going to try to make a wax duplicate of this skull so I can use it to pour brass or copper into and make a duplicate of it. I'm going to use this red wax, and what I'm going to do is, this is the jawbone mold. I'm going to fill it with wax and that'll be the jawbone. But over here I have a hollow core mold that I made from silicone and some plastic resin, and I'm just going to pour the wax in there and slosh it around and make a shell. And then when we're done with that, we're going to extract it and see what it looks like, and hopefully we come up with something good to bury in sand and pour metal into. Okay, I've got this glass Pyrex cup and I'll put some wax in it. Now I'm going to put it in the microwave and see if I can melt this wax in the microwave. Excuse my nasty microwave. We'll set it for 3 minutes and we'll see how it does. About halfway through, I stopped it and stirred it to distribute the heat. It's starting to melt. It might take a little longer than 3 minutes. If this doesn't work, I'll put it in a pot of boiling water and melt the wax. Not the wax in the water, but the cup in the water. After 6 minutes, it's completely molten, but I'm going to heat it up a little bit more so it don't cool off too quick. And we're going to heat it up again for 2 more minutes. I've also started a pot of water so I can set the cup in it to keep it warm so it doesn't solidify after I take it out of the microwave and use it. It's about ready. I'm going to take it out, and since I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, I'll show you after I'm done, but I'm going to take it out and I'm going to try and separate this with my fingers and pour the wax in there. Might put a spoon or something in there, kind of like this, to hold it open until I fill it. That's probably what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'll be back after I pour it into the mold. Okay, I've poured the wax into the mold, and this particular kind of wax takes a hot minute, literally. It takes a while to cool down. So I'm going to leave it right here and let it cool down. Kind of jack it up a little bit so it don't run out. And that's the spoon I was using. The wax, this cup is actually hotter than the boiling water, so I'm not going to set it in there just yet. But I might go ahead and start working on the skull. I'll be back in a minute. So I demolded the jaw and I broke it, but I'm just going to melt some wax and put it back together. I'm going to remove all this flashing and stuff and save that wax. I've been melting more wax like this, and as you can see, I've poured another batch in here and I've let it sit on this one side to harden up. I'll do the same on the other side, and every time I put wax in it, I rotate it around and manipulate the wax all over the inside, give it a good coat, and then I'll let the extra just sit on one side. So this one will go on this side, this batch here. Then I'll do some for the back, and then I'll do some more for the face. And it should be thick enough to get it out of there without it cracking on me, so let's see how it goes. Okay, I poured some in the skull and rotated the skull to kind of like put a thin layer on the inside, and I'm going to have to put several layers of wax on the inside to build up a shell. And I'll probably end up putting a thicker layer of wax, probably paraffin for canning, because this wax is kind of expensive, to layer the inside and build it up. I made a mess, so I gotta clean that up. I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and it's already starting to harden up, but I'm gonna leave it like that for an hour or so. The shell has quit running, so I'm melting some more wax to go in the shell. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer on one side, let it cool, then turn it and put a layer on the other side. And I probably need 2 layers on the face because of the detail in the face. You can see the skull's detail. So all that'll have to be strengthened, or else it'll just break when I take it out of the mold. Alright, I decided I'm going to re-pour the jaw. This is my kitchen, so I've been eating dinner in here, but I'm going to re-pour the jaw. The head looks great except for a thin spot on this side. I can flip it over without dropping it here. Sorry for the camera work. But right in here it's really thin, so I'm going to see how loose the mold is right. I'm going to pour some more on that side and maybe slosh it around the edge so that it thickens up on the edge, and then let that cool. Now I'm going to redo this. This wax is generally pretty flexible, so I don't know why that broke. So I'm going to re-pour the jaw and see if I can't get it to come out in one piece. This is the original jaw. It has these pins on the side where it attaches to the skull. This is one I made. This is also one I made. Two different types of resin. This is the skull I made. A resin coated the inside of the mold, and then I mixed up 2-part foam and filled it with foam. As you can see right here, I had the same problem with that mold. It didn't want to cover this area, so there was no resin there. It's just foam. I also threw that one on the floor. Hold on. I also made this resin shell one here. You see it's hollow on the inside, and there's the holes for the jaw to snap in. But yeah, I'm trying to make a wax one of these so I can cast it in bronze, brass, copper, whatever. If I can make a wax one, then I'll buy more wax and I'll work with them like that. So let me get back at it. Okay, I have finished pouring them. I filled this up and the wax is sitting right inside the hole where it was weak at. I re-poured the jaw, and this time instead of putting it in the refrigerator to get it to cool quicker, I'm going to leave it out and let it cool so that it'll stay more flexible, because this wax is really flexible. It doesn't break very easily. It's made for making jewelry, and I'm going to try and save it after I get through with the project when I melt it out of the mold. I think I'm going to make a mold out of plaster rather than sand. That way I can catch the wax as it comes out after I heat it up. But looks like a bloody mess, huh? Anyway, we'll be back after after it sets up and we reveal it. Alright everybody, here it is. The wax skull. Very good detail. Turned out better than I thought it was going to turn out. A little flashing there on the bottom I need to trim up. I think what I'm going to do is when I make the mold, I'm going to build the bottom with a clay funnel so that I don't have to worry about covering this up. I'll just build up around it with clay, and when I fill it with plaster, it'll go right up to the top and give me my sprue. Then when the plaster hardens, I can take it out. I'm very pleased with that. I think there's like 1 or 2 little tiny air holes. Also have the jaw in one piece. I have a little spot there where there's no wax, but I'll fix that with something.
Hey, baby.
While I'm here on this page, I wanted to show you. I made it to 250,000 views, and I wanted to thank everybody and all those 1,075 subscribers. You're awesome. Alright, if you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, y'all have a great day. I have future plans for this skull, and I'll have future videos on it. So you guys keep watching.